Hey all you cool pups and bulldogs, Courtney here with the Lions Recreation Center. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make salt dough. When we are done with the salt dough, whatever shape that you mold it into, you can leave it to dry and then later you'll be able to paint it. So you can make figurines, you can make like a stepping stone for your path outside, you can make small ornaments or a small decoration to go into your garden, whatever you want. Depending on how big you need it to be, you can just keep doubling the recipe. So for today, we need some flour, salt, water, and my recipe, I'm gonna use a 1/2 cup measuring cup and a 1/4 cup. So first we need to do our salt and our flour. So I'm gonna do a 1/2 cup of salt. Pour that in there. And then I need a 1/2 cup of flour. And this is my 1/2 cup. This is just a scoop that I have in my flour bin to help get it out. Okay, 1/2 cup of flour. So I am going to mix the flour and the salt together until it is well blended before we start trying to add any water. And this is called salt dough. So when it's done, it's going to be doughy. Okay, and now I need a 1/4 cup of water. Right, I'm going to pour just a little bit at a time. So that's about half. And then I'll start mixing that together until we got it all mixed in pretty well. The water is all mixed in. All right, no more sitting water. So I'm gonna add the rest of my water and finish mixing this. And when you've got that pretty well mixed, you can go ahead and finish mixing it with your hands. I'm just scraping off the leftovers from my spoon. So I'm gonna dump this on the table. Finish mixing it in. Now again, this is a kind of messy project, so you will wanna ask the grown-ups in your house before you get started. And I am just mixing this together. You do want it to be that type of dough texture, like if it were bread dough. And mine is actually looking a little bit dry here. There's still a lot of crumbling here on the side. So I am going to add just a touch more water to it. I actually spilled some water on the table, so I'm gonna mix that in with it. Or if you finish yours and you think it looks a little more wet than it needs to be, then you can add more of the salt and flour. You just need to keep those to equal parts in your dough. You can use your best judgment for that part, for what your dough needs to look like. Okay, and I think this is pretty good now because there's not a lot crumbling off the side. It's a pretty solid piece of dough. I am going to split mine in half. The first half, I'm going to make kind of like an ornament with it. Kevin and I are about to buy our first house. We're going to close on it sometime next week. So I thought it would be fun to kind of make a memory of that. And I'm going to make an imprint of the key to our first home inside of this salt dough. So I am just flattening it out right now and rounding my edges. Okay, so this is what it looks like now. I'm just gonna put this key on there and push it down. And I'm gonna leave my key in the salt dough while it dries so that that imprint will dry nice and accurate into the dough. And I'm gonna leave this to rest for 1 to 3 days. It depends on how thick you make the salt dough object that you're wanting to dry. If it's nice and thin, it will dry quicker, but if it's thicker, it won't. And for the second half, I'm gonna make the same shape again. And I am going to put Ruka's paw print on here. But it probably wouldn't be too pretty if I was trying to do that on video for you guys. So she is actually hiding right now in her kennel because she didn't want to be a part of the video today. All right, so there's the second one. After I get done with this video, I'm gonna go grab Ruka and put her paw print in there. But that is what we were making today. If you do end up making this salt dough and making a craft of your own, make sure that you take a picture of whatever you've made and put it on the comment section of our Facebook page, the Alliance Recreation Center. Also, a quick reminder, check out the video from yesterday. We're doing a special project for the essential workers here in our town, but you don't have to be from Alliance to say thank you to the essential workers. No matter where you're located, go ahead and print that page off or make one of your own and share it for all the essential workers to know that we appreciate what they're doing. Thanks, guys.